Just outside of Eureka Springs, there's a mystical, magical place where you can go back in time to the days of chivalry, medieval maidens, noblemen, and knights. Sir Charles Dovish, at your service, milady. Originally from Minnesota, Castle Rogues Manor owner Smith Traer, after traveling the world over, eventually settled in northwest Arkansas.
Traveled through Arkansas in this Ozark region of Eureka Springs and Beaver, Arkansas. I became enchanted with the area and the quality of life and lifestyle. So we decided to settle here 23 years ago.
Did you always want to build a castle, quote unquote, or just a dream home?
Neither. I played in the sandbox, built lots of sand castles, and through life I enjoyed building and creating space, enjoyed Renaissance festivals and lifestyles, romanticized about Renaissance period, medieval periods, but I hadn't really envisioned building a castle until we settled here, opened our Rogues Manor restaurant in Eureka Springs, and then had some friends who had a house out here overlooking Beaver on the cliff that they were selling, and we bought it, and with the needs of the house and the location on this cliff, it cried out for a castle. Being a strategic site, there's evidence of a lot of life here before, through millennium. It's a strategic spot, and the fantasy of a castle fit right in to the location.
And the materials are all from here that you used.
So we harvested native cedar, Arkansas cedar, and walnut, both prolific timber in this area. So as the dream and the fantasy of building a castle settled, and we decided to take it on. We made a wish list of timber, beams, and boards, and worked with a local logger and a millwright, and harvested my dream list of timber that we had to dry for several years as we prepared the site for the castle. We dedicated, well, the last 20 years to building with different teams of people who've come along and wanted to contribute and to be involved with the creating of the castle. So we've had a lot of artists and craftspeople bring their talent to making this vision possible.
As in any castle worth its salt, in one of the bedroom suites there's quite an extensive collection of knight armor and swords, just in case you need it.
Well, we had another castle enthusiast who lived in the area who had been involved with different castles in his lifetime, and was collecting armor and swords, and he came to the end of his life and donated his collection to our project that we've been able to display out in the gatekeeper's cottage.
And you call it the gatekeeper's cottage, but that's quite an elaborate, some bedroom suites there.
Well, it's a towered building, and it was our first effort to establish our building styles and profiles. We didn't try to be copy a castle. or a period of history or culture. We utilized details from all over the world in different periods of history to create our own style of building. To prevent the project of the castle being an architectural folly, the function we brought into the project was to function as an event center, right? The practicality of a great hall, which was, in the days of the castle, was a community gathering place for safety, for health, for all sorts of community functions. So the project that we built, the castle, with the Great Hall, functions for events, business meetings, fundraisers, weddings, celebrations, and that sort of thing. So it prevents this architectural project from being a folly and brings some practicality into it.
And folks who want to sit at King Arthur's table can do so.
So we can create, yes, a round table or whatever choreographed event they want to have.
So go back in time to the Middle Ages at Castle Rogues Manor near Eureka Springs. Dine at King Arthur's table. Get to know a medieval maiden. And hey, possibly even go so far as to fight off a dragon. You never know. It was the original general store circa 1905 in the small community of Holland, northeast of Conway, Goode's Grocery, ran by N.E. Goode and his wife Vinnie. The Holland String Band, as shown in this old photograph, was quite popular back in those days. And now, Uncle Dave and his band are carrying on that tradition. It is something to pick and grin about, because after Goode died in the mid-1970s, the store remained closed for almost 40 years. It wasn't until 2014 when the third and fourth generation Goodes were finally able to reopen Holland's only store.
All my life we wanted to reopen it, and as a little girl I remember digging up bottle caps from underneath and trying to remember about how it probably was. And so me and Mom have always kind of had a passion to reopen it. So when the opportunity came to do it, we were just really excited and started putting a plan together, and a lot of it seemed impossible, but when things are meant to be, it just seems to happen. So it's really amazing that it's come together, and it's exciting for the whole family. It's bonded us, and it's bringing us all out here, because I'm about to build a building right now behind Mom so that we can be close. And so that was the thought, is that it would pull us together, because we've lost a lot of family, and it's helped us be closer.
Susan, what do you remember back then when your grandfather started this store?
Well, it was already running when I came along, and I just remember my grandmother and granddad as a fixture in Holland, and my granddad would always, I always noticed he would slip the kids candy, you know, especially when my grandmother would go back up the house. You know, if they didn't have enough money, he'd tell them, you know, just to wait till Vinnie went back up to the house, and then he'd give them the candy for free. So, you know, that was always fun, and so I didn't miss anything like that. You know, and I always thought it was really interesting how he would write on the sacks, you know, that he put the groceries in, that was their receipt. You know, he used a pencil and he added it up and there was your receipt when the total on the sack. So, you know, that was interesting. Huh. They never had a cash register or anything. And so it was always, it was just something I thought I'd do someday. You know, I don't know how I knew that, but it was just kind of ingrained in me, I guess.
And then lo and behold, later on, after it was closed for what you said, 39 years?
It was closed, you know, my grandfather died, and my grandmother just, you know, sort of folded up after that. And I always had that in the back of my mind, that we would do that as a family, but you know how that goes. We all have good intentions, and it usually doesn't pan out. But I guess I instilled in my children the love of old things and old people and roots, and you know, I always wanted them to have a place to go and be. And my grandkids are even excited about this whole thing, so I think it will continue. You know.
So now it's you and Christy, your daughter.
Right.
And you're gonna, eventually that's gonna be passed on to her.
It will, and you know, we went ahead and did it all the legal way so there wouldn't be any question, and then, you know, her children are really excited about it too. I think one of the things that was real interesting it was just before we opened, and my grandson stood in the middle of the store and put his hands on his hips, and he just got all glossy-eyed, and he'd heard about us talking about this forever, and he said, "This is really going to happen." You know, and for you to be able to witness your grandchildren feeling what you hoped they would feel in front of your eyes was just kind of awesome. It really was. So it's been a great experience. All the kids pitched in to help, and they were determined. I lost my husband after we'd moved out here. We'd lived out here about a year with the plan on doing this. So it would have happened before then, but he had a wreck on Ackland Gap Road and passed away after about a month. And so I was obviously devastated. But the kids rallied around me, and they were going to make that happen. So, you know, it's a group effort, family, and it runs deep, you know, and it's really nice to know that your family loves you that much.
By the store's original wood-burning stove, 87-year-old Eva Lee Mageha Parsons reminisced with us about those earlier days of Holland and coming to Goode's Grocery. So Eva Lee, you were born here in Holland?
Born here in Holland, Arkansas. Mm-hmm. Born and raised here. Went to school here and married here.
So what do you remember about this grocery store, which I guess back then was kind of like a general store?
Yes, yes. Well, we did all our shopping here because when I was growing up, most people didn't have vehicles. And so this was where we got our groceries. We come here shopping for groceries and our candy, our cold drinks. And I knew Mr. Goode and Miss Finney Goode, who was very, very good people. And I went to school with their son, Junior, which everybody calls him Ezra, but his mother called him Junior, so we called him Junior.
So looking around, does it look about the same as it did back in the early 1900s?
Well, Susan it was more food items than like what she has now.
I guess looking around here, I guess it's gone back, made full circle the way as like a general store now.
Yeah, yeah. And this is original.
The wood stove.
Original stove, yes. But that was a kind of a highlight for us kids to get to come to the store. You know, and Mr. Goode was always a happy fellow. You know, we always enjoyed him.
So take a drive to Goode's Grocery, all the way in Holland, and enjoy those simpler times when folks went to the local store just to visit, have a soda on the front porch, and maybe even listen to some good old down-home music. Moonshiners Cave and Falls. Never heard of it? Well, neither have we, but we're about to find out. After taking the Winslow exit, you come down to the Devil's Den State Park sign and park on the left-hand side of the road. And then you go down about 100 yards or so and the trailhead will be off to your left. There is not a sign marking the trailhead, just an opening into the woods where you can see that it is a trail. The trail is somewhat steep and rocky, so be sure and wear sturdy shoes or, better yet, hiking boots with good ankle support. After about a quarter of a mile or so on the main trail, look for these two twin trees right before the creek, and this is where you will veer off to the right. After about 100 feet or so off the main trail, you'll see the cavern and the falls off to your left. Moonshiners Cave is not really a true cave, but a bluff shelter with a man-made stone wall front to enclose it. Depending on what time of the year you hike here, the waterfalls are an extra added attraction. What is known about this site is that there was an old homestead just above the bluff, and the family who lived there made a root cellar out of this bluff shelter for storage. The initials and date of 1905 are still plainly visible. Legend has it that sometime afterwards, it was then used as a hideout for moonshiners, thus the name Moonshiners Cave. Before you make the hike to Moonshiners Cave and Falls, to make sure that there will be a falls, you need to time it out right after a rainstorm, like we did. For more on Moonshiners Cave and Falls, or to set up a guided hike, you can contact nearby Devil's Den State Park. In Scott, which is just outside of Little Rock, there's a place of business that's been around since 1912. Cottom's Mercantile, and it's world famous, not necessarily because presidents have eaten here and governors and whatnot, but because of a burger, Hubcap Burger, which is just about as big as this one. Well, Toya, what's for lunch today?
Southern fried chicken, and we have mashed potatoes, we have green beans, brown beans, yams, and corn.
And of course, the staple here is fried green tomatoes I see over there.
Yes, fried green tomatoes, and it's probably one of our best sellers, the fried green tomatoes.
The other staple is the Hubcap Burger.
Yes, the Hubcap Burger is 17 ounces, and it's one of our biggest sellers too. It's what we're known for.
Oh, and what about the Mississippi mud cake?
It's a piece of cake. It's cut in half with ice cream and hot fudge and whipped cream.
So what do you like about working here?
Well, the crew. because the crew is kind of crazy, so, and it's a good place to work.
Toya mentioned the 17-ounce Hubcap Burger, but they can also build you one with 4 patties. Yes, the quadruple Hubcap Burger, 4 pounds of meat. Food Network magazine has voted Cottom's as having the best burger in the state. The Quad Hubcap Burger was also featured on the Travel Channel's Man vs. Food. But what also makes Cottom's the institution that it is are the people.
Oh, the people. We get people from all over. We get travelers, we get all different types. We love it. We've even had people like Gina Davis stop through. We get just all different types of people.
And of course, presidents have eaten here, and
yes,
governors.
Bill Clinton, David Pryor.
And now you probably sell more of the food, I imagine, than some of the Mercantile.
Yes, actually we don't sell the Mercantile anymore. So we kind of cut that out, and it's all for looks.
Since the early 1900s, Cottom's first served as a general mercantile store for area farmers and plantation owners.
Just the old building, you know, the old store. It used to be a store when I came here when I was a kid. We were about 18. They just had some tables in the back for farmers to eat breakfast. And I've been coming here ever since. And it's good food. And it's, you know, a lot of people come because it's the building and historic. You know, it was an old hardware store for a long time.
So what is your favorite thing to eat here?
I like the chicken fried steak and the mashed potatoes, and the onion rings are good, and the hubcap, and the Mississippi mud.
Oh yeah,
is good, and everything's pretty well good here. But it's a good place to eat. I've been here, coming here a long time.
The regulars do have their valid reasons for coming here just about every single day.
The friendly atmosphere, the food's the best I've had around here. The girls are fun.
So what's your favorite thing to eat here?
Fried chicken. It's one of my favorites, but I enjoy the pork chops on Monday and chicken strips. I've not had any bad food here.
I came here probably the first time with my oldest daughter's class when they were touring the plantation, the family home over there. And I fell in love with the onion rings and the Hubcap burgers. Of course, because I'm older and trying to watch my cholesterol, I'm trying not to eat the Hubcap burger, so I got a hamburger steak today. And I've been coming here about 30 years. This is my 4th time to be at this location. We like Cottom's, we like the old-time store. We like coming out here in the country and visiting the architectural things like Toltec mounds and the museums.
So pay a visit to Cottom's and taste for yourself why it's gained national recognition for good food and good people. Oh my goodness, what have we done here? We've got the quadruple Hubcap Burger, fried green tomatoes, and the world famous onion rings. Now, how to eat this? I don't know. I'll try my best. If you'd like to see this episode again or any one of our others, visit our website at aetn.org/exploringarkansas. And don't forget to like us on our Facebook fan page. And we'll see you again the next time for another exciting adventure on Exploring Arkansas.